Well, hello again. Need to turn my ring light on for a start. Hello again. You are joining me, Tom Colohue, here to watch the entirety of WWE Smackdown start to finish. Ever so slight delay, so if you're watching live, you may be slightly behind in the content. So by all means, scale it to when I say we are going live so that we can keep up. Apologies for the slight issue that we had earlier on when it comes to the programming. We did have a brief crash. Thank you very much, Brandon, for a 6th month of subscription. Thank you kindly for that. The Twitch subscriptions are still doing me the world of good and helping to keep me from getting so close to the breadline that I collapse into myself. So thank you very kindly for that. We are currently live on both YouTube and Twitch, and we will be watching the entirety of SmackDown on both. We'll be slightly behind, as I've mentioned, on it as we get to the show, but in the meantime I'll be continuing to set things up. At current, we are sitting at 815 subscribers on YouTube, so if you're able to and you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button as well. If you're watching this on catch up, all the better for that purpose. Really do appreciate it. It really makes a big difference. And that's another new subscription from Connor. Welcome to the show, mate. Thank you very kindly for the new subscription. I do very much appreciate it. Roman Reigns is on my screen. SmackDown is starting now. I apologize if there is a slight delay as the system catches up a little bit. The crash I had earlier was a technical one, which means I can just go with my planned upgrades to the PC and it won't be much of a problem going forwards. All good news. Welcome, Sean. He says hello again, Tom. Hello, Sean. And welcome, saying here's a couple of questions I'm sure your amazing knowledge can answer. Jump on in. Oh, Bailey, thank you. Bailey announces their arrival with 100 bits. Very generous, thank you. In fact, I believe that is 2 subscriptions and 100 bits in a very short amount of time, and I believe that is a hype train. And I'm correct, we have a brand new hype train. Thank you, guys. It's been a little while since we've had a hype train. Wonderful to see, thank you. Ed says, hey, Dancing Tom is back. Connor says, I'm also here, as in YouTube as well. If you can just choose one, please do make it YouTube. The watch time is more valuable there. But tell you what we don't have on YouTube, and that is hype trains. So while I'm watching Paul Heyman profess his eternal love to Roman Reigns in the most romantic storyline the WWE have ever put together, why did we live through Enzo and Nia Jax when we could have just had Roman and Brock fighting over the love of Paul Heyman? Why? Tell me why. Thank you, everyone, for another 4 minutes of level 1 hype train to enjoy. Thank you kindly. I really do appreciate that. The hype train is a big help in helping us grow. It puts us on that front page of Twitch and means that we potentially get a whole load of extra people coming on in. Those people that potentially we could swap over to the YouTube, and so on and so forth. There are a wonderful plethora of options that we have. Brandon says, beautiful to see you again, Tom. Been so long. It has, Brandon. Great to see you, mate. So much, in fact, that I believe you have a new name now. Or I'm just completely wrong and I've forgotten because I'm so used to seeing you on the YouTube side as well. Great to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope the job's going well as well. And I hope the last one we talked about went well as well. Megan says, greetings all. Welcome, Megan. Welcome back. Sean says, I saw in video that one of the plans for WrestleMania 33 was The Miz and Maurice versus Dean Ambrose and Renee Young. Is this true? Not to my knowledge. There was tease of that sort of storyline. However, Renee Young slapped The Miz in the face and that was the end of it. Renee Young, to my knowledge, had no interest in wrestling. KJ says, did you have facial hair earlier? I may have done. And I believe I've shaved badly because there's a couple of little... I think I've shaved badly, but I have shaved and washed my hair. Look how luscious that looks. Look how bad my hairline is. Let's just put that back down again. But look how luscious it looks. We are in Omaha, Nebraska for WWE Smackdown, which will feature a face-to-face between Shield mates Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Connor says, we love trains of the hype variety here. We do indeed. I'm always very glad to have one. As I say, the stronger the trains get, the higher up in the list on the front page of hype train links I become, and the easier I am to find. A level 5 hype train is responsible for my greatest period of growth, I do believe. Okay, we just got a backstage moment of Seth Rollins just laughing at the camera. What's the point of that? Ridiculous world we live in. Megan says, tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Bless. But seriously, tell me why. KJ says the Shield song synced with Seth's knocking is sick. I did notice that when the knock first came, and it just stood out. It really stuck with me, and I really enjoyed it. They are promoting the return of Lita. Good response from the crowd. I do believe she's going to be stepping up to Charlotte Flair. Not to actually wrestle a match, but to step up to Charlotte Flair. We are probably going to find out a few more names for tonight. My hope is that Trish Stratus will be announced tonight. Megan says Seth has a sparkly jacket. I may have to steal it. I wouldn't blame you. I need to see it closer, and then I need to wear it, and then I need to not be where Seth is. That's my plan. Brandon says, everything going well, Tom? Thank you. Hope all is good with you, mate. I said it earlier, but I'll say it again because there's a few different people here now. The worst thing that's happened to me in the past 6 months is that while playing Football Manager, I didn't manage to get the world-class player that I was looking for once. What I'm trying to say is life's pretty good right now. And it's funny, because I look back a year when I started out on these Twitch streams and these YouTube streams and really making a go of this. When I started really making a go of this, I was in a very bad place. Quite a desperate place as well. I've got to say the word desperate there, and I think that's the right word to use. I was close to being homeless. I was trying my best just to survive and have enough money for food. And now here we are. Here we are in what I would personally describe as a very, very good situation. Very good for money. Very good for friends. Very good for likes on my YouTube videos. And as of today, reached 815 subscribers. That is a 20 subscriber gain from 5 days ago when I first returned on Sunday. Life's going pretty good. If we can keep up that pace, we'll be monetized in no time. KJ says Seth should come out with Shield's theme at the Rumble. That would be fun. I would enjoy that. The way that Edge came out to the Brood against Seth, I'd like Seth to now come out as the Architect. That would be fun. Sean says, also my next question is, was Lacey planned to win the Raw Women's Championship at Elimination Chamber last year? That was certainly reported by Dave Meltzer, but has never been reported by anyone else to my knowledge. So I'm going to go with, as it's Dave, nah. Megan quite rightly pointing out that's not Mike Rome's voice. SmackDown has a new ring announcer. I do believe there was something on that on Twitter, where Megan Morant interviewed our new ring announcer. It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. My announcement tweet of the show has gone live, just so everyone is aware. I'm going to grab a link and drop it straight into the chat for anyone who would like to share. To be clear, in no way do you have to share. I'm not telling you have to do anything. You can go ahead and do whatever the hell you want, but I'm dropping it there just in case you would like to support a little bit further. Interesting that the Usos are now completely separate from Roman Reigns. They're out here to start the show celebrating their win over the New Day, who literally, at this point, they can say they turned their tails and fled. And the hype train has wrapped up. Thank you guys for the new hype train. You'll all get the little train icon at the beginning of your name on Twitch, which is a wonderful thing to have. Okay, so we're announcing a fatal 4-way tag team match to determine the contenders. Good opening for the show, depending on who the teams are. Okay, I'm actually quite enjoying this voice by Jimmy. That's good pronunciation of Lafarios. Connor says, "Oh no, not the world-class player. That must have ruined your life." It did. It did. It's put me into a major funk, a major Terry funk. Life's good, mate. Life's good. Okay, Cesaro is in a tag team proper now. It was not Mbappe, Connor. I'm about 15 years in the future at this point. There's no one you'd recognise. Cesaro and Mansoor are properly a tag team. I also think they're probably going to win this. Yeah, I think they're going to win this. Megan says, Woods also reiterated in his IG comments that he's injured. His exact words were that he was too injured to go to my fighting job. Funny. KJ says, Woods is hurt. Another loss for SmackDown. Indeed, and they are struggling at the minute. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate that. Gavi, yes. Also, who's that really good one from Dortmund? Haaland? He's still technically playing for City, but he's like 34. This is a really bad indictment of the SmackDown tag division. That you've got Mahal and Shanky, and you've got Cesaro and Mansoor, who've come out of nowhere. KJ says Cesaro and Mansoor, Twitter about to cry. Yeah, pretty much. This should be a very good match. Lots of very good individuals in it, but only 2 actual teams, and only one team that's been a team for more than 6 months. I feel I have to say, you know how they pound their chest to say raid? Ivar is always behind. Always. Yes, Jude Bellingham is at Chelsea in my save. Megan says, I looked. It's Samantha Irvin. She was on 205 Live in NXT before now. Not sure how important this is, but I think she's also dating Ricochet. I did not know he and Casey Catanzaro broke up. Had no idea. There will definitely be eye gouging. I like this about the Usos. They are looking for a challenge. Oh, and they've just started kicking people. They started kicking the good guys. Okay. I mean, once again, I really quite like that. The Usos are just magnificent, aren't they? KJ says, the tag team division looks terrible. Would have liked Corbin and Moss. That's a good shout, actually. I know they're still kind of engaged in a feud with Drew McIntyre, but they are a tag team. They could have at least have filled out a spot. We could have made it a fatal 5-way, I think. There's only so much ring. Maybe we couldn't. Brandon says that the Usos going to lose the titles anytime soon. I don't think soon. I do think Viking Raiders will take it at WrestleMania, but Viking Raiders may also win this match and they'll speed the collapse, so who knows. Connor says WWE need to get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor for War Raiders. I can see it. Raid Shadow Legends is a free game, and so on and so forth. I don't want to go too far because I'm not sponsored by them yet, although you know for a fact if ever I am, you guys, you got my back, right? You got my back. KJ says, outside of Seth versus Roman, every title match so far this year has been fought for... I'm not sure what you're saying there. KJ, I think you're missing the end of a sentence there, mate. Sean says, going to see Spider-Man this week. I'm so excited. And you should be. It is good. I will say no more than that, but it is good. And I enjoyed it. It's been a while now since I've done a watch party. In fact, I believe it was a Raw before Christmas, which may be just under a month ago. That's February. That's the wrong way. Yep, that was on the 20th of December. It's now the 15th of January. It's been about a month since I've done one of these watch parties. I always forget how chilled out they are. You know? The streams earlier on in the day, even though I've changed the way that I do spoiler warning, it feels quite intense. I'm getting a lot of questions. I'm having to sort of barrel answers out as quickly as I can. It's very productive. It's definitely the most successful shows because it's the fastest growth because of how much engagement there is. But it is a little bit taxing. I really enjoy it, but it is a little bit straining. On these, every now and then we just have a quiet period where I'm like, you know? And it just feels nice and chill. Just nice and chill. They're not the most successful on YouTube. We only have 3 viewers and most of those are dual viewers, but it's fine. It's fine. It all works out. It all balances. As long as everyone's having a good time, What more can I say? What more can I say? Brandon says Spider-Man was epic, and I agree. Ah, right. KJ says, I meant to say it's been contender matches for every title this year. Seth is, of course, the only one who just, pardon me, walked into it. Nice. Okay. I kind of like that, to be honest. It means everybody's earning it. Connor says, I did not think I could hate a game so much that I never played, but then Raid existed. Yeah. I'm never going to touch it. The only time I will ever sign up for an account is if I get a sponsorship, because your sponsorship, you'll earn money based on how many people sign up. So I'm obviously going to sign up myself. But I don't see that happening just yet. Sean says, you said you'll do Raw watch parties if you have time off or on big shows. Would the draft have a watch party? Yes, the draft would have a watch party. The draft definitely counts as a big show. I think like the Raw after WrestleMania, that will probably count as a big show as well. I will be considering the Royal Rumble, the Raw after the Royal Rumble. But then I'll be like doing all of the Royal Rumble. It depends who wins. If nobody from Raw wins the Royal Rumble, not much point watching Raw, you know? But I'll certainly be considering it. The Usos are on commentary just mocking the hell out of Cesaro and Mansoor. They've had no time to build chemistry. They've got the most chemistry. They've got the most chemistry. Megan says, I didn't know they'd broken up either until he posted a pic of her in November. I see. To be fair, I don't think it's a bad thing to maintain privacy in your private life, you know? I get that. KJ says, triple threat won by Doudrop to face Becky. Bobby won a fatal four-way to face Brock. Sammy won a Battle Royal but didn't get the IC title match yet. I'm sure he will as soon as the IC champion is available. But, yeah, it's well done to everyone involved, to be fair. Megan says, I had to take a bit of a break from streaming. Controller started drifting and I can't afford a new one right now. Fair enough, Megan. It's one of those. It's one of those where it's good to have a break from streaming sometimes. One thing I've encountered in the world of streaming is that people are actually fine with you giving a fuck about yourself. It's not something you expect when you create videos and content online, but people are actually fine with it. I had this break over Christmas. I came back for a couple of shows that I just felt I had to do. But, you know, I had your goodwill. I knew that you guys weren't upset with me for taking time off. And Megan, it'll be the same for you. I haven't been on Twitch all that much recently. I still try and lurk when I can on your shows. Hopefully you're still going, mate. And anything we can do, just let me know. If anyone currently watching on Twitch has not yet followed Megan, she is our stat queen and she does stream Assassin's Creed and the like. I've seen a bit of Star Wars as well. A bit of gaming with someone who's very knowledgeable about wrestling and is always keeping an eye in the chat, so you can always ask her wrestling questions as well. Trivia. But yeah, if you can click that follow button for Megan as well, I'd very much appreciate it. We're trying to get her to 50, at which point we just have to get 3 people in that chat regularly to get her monetized. Megan says, I haven't seen Spider-Man yet, but I've been spoiled for pretty much all of it, so I don't know if I should bother now. I would still highly recommend it. I am very difficult to spoil things for because I focus on the journey rather than the destination, if you know my meaning. I still enjoy watching a film even if I know everything that happens in it. Also, I've recently found out that that's an OCD trait, watching the same thing over and over again, because you can control the ending, you already know what it is. Didn't know that beforehand. There's a Tower of Doom spot coming. Eric is about to Tower of Doom his own tag partner. Could you instead have protected your tag partner and attacked the people who were about to superplex him? Did you consider that at any point? I think you probably should have. Instead you guaranteed your friend is in pain. Your partner. Mean. Connor says, what has changed your spoiler warning then, as I have missed a bit? So, spoiler warning previously was very well presented. I basically made it so that I could cut it up and make it into YouTube videos. I'm not caring all that much about the YouTube videos at the moment. I'm doing very well in the live shows and we're dual streaming, so all is well. So what I'm doing is I'm sort of taking that back seat on the scripting. I've still got notes that I take, so if someone asks a question, I can refer to the notes. There's still plenty of news in there. However, it's a lot more question and answer. It's a lot more fast firing. One of the main reasons for that is that success on YouTube depends not just on subscribers and views, but also on watch time and chat rate. So the more people are chatting on YouTube and the more chatting they're doing, the more YouTube recommends you. So for example, if you had one person and they were just constantly reaming off questions, fast chat rate, decent watch time because they're there for the whole show, you're getting people coming in. It's one of the reasons we're growing so quickly right now. Also, a lot of people have subscribed on second accounts. That is a thing that happened. And it helps. It helps. Yeah, so the scripting was slowing down the pace. It was making the shows go too long, so I've dropped that. Still lots of news, still lots of questions answered. Still, I think, a fun show, but that's up to you guys to tell me. If you don't enjoy a show, let me know and I'll make some changes. Ultimately, I'm making content for you. So if you're not enjoying it, say the word. KJ's asking, what about a Legends night or a throwback show? Depends what Legends. Okay? If it's Undertaker again, If it's Big Show, he's returning, If it's John Moxley, I'm probably going to watch. That's all I'm going to say. Ronda Rousey's coming back. That's all I'm going to say. Megan says, my viewership is mostly bots, so I know they don't mind. I'm sure they don't mind at all, no. Megan says, that's comfort viewing. It's also a common habit for people with anxiety like me. Indeed it is. In fact, I may have learned it from you, Megan, to be honest. I find a lot of things that I think to myself I've learned recently come from you or other people in this chat. Megan, you are an education, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Can we talk about John Cena dancing at some point? I mean, we can. We certainly can. But do you actually want to? Connor says, what is that? What is this I'm hearing about no Raw watch parties? The Raw watch parties are being shelved for the time being. Essentially, I'm currently looking at 2.5 promotions in my day job, which would kick in at the end of the month. What that means is, firstly, a considerable increase in income. I'm looking at about $5,000 per year added on to what I'm earning now, which is already more than I need. And in addition to that, a lot of more responsibility. That means I can't keep doing that thing where I fall asleep at 5 a.m, wake up at 8, and pretend I'm actually doing a good job. Yeah, so I've sort of had to scrap that, but we'll still be making appearances in certain shows. So big shows, as it were. Also, if I don't get that promotion, I may just quit. So, I've been told I'm getting it. So, there's drama at the moment with with their security process. They're trying to get me to prove my address. So, I've provided proof of address, but not that. No, other proof of address. So I've provided other proof of address. Not that though. So they want other proof of address. The difficulty here, of course, is that I can give you all the proof of address you want. I'm typing an email to you and sending you the proof of address on a laptop that you sent to my address. You know where I live. So yes, there is some drama. Megan says, like I'm rewatching the Almighty Johnsons. I get that. Megan said, just wanted to know I didn't hallucinate Cena dancing. You did not, or maybe we all did. Maybe all of us did. That crowd is hype for the big swing. Can he get Ivar? Nope, Jinder's already there. Jinder's going to get swung. Chelsea says, hi Tom, how's it going? It's going well, Chelsea. Thank you for asking. It's been a little while, mate. Great to see you. Bailey says, the opening half hour of SmackDown has been unremarkable. To be fair, I've barely focused on it. I like that we're having a number one contenders match for the tag team championships. The Usos are there to be the draw. I like that Cesaro might actually get an opportunity here. Los Lotharios have been positioned well. They got a lot of wins. They kind of deserve to. The match quality is good. It's picking up as well. So I'm there for it. Simon says, which I like. Is Charlotte versus Sasha still happening at Mania 38? To my knowledge, yes. I have been checking and asking the question, and all accounts say, yeah. Sean says, Jon Moxley's return is confirmed for January 23rd. He's facing Homicide for the GCW World title. Homicide looks different nowadays. He is indeed. Jon Moxley will be returning to wrestling on January 23rd or before, which is good news. I hope he's good. I hope everything has gone well. The Viking Raiders are the number one contenders for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I would imagine this is going to be a Royal Rumble match. And honestly, I'm thinking Viking Raiders might be taking this. Connor says, should just invite your boss around for dinner and see if he knows your address. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. I like it. And Chelsea says, I came here on day one pay-per-view but didn't stream. I did say in a few shows before that I wasn't planning to stream for day one. I just wanted a break over Christmas and New Year. I wasn't certain whether or not I may have been streaming there, but I told people don't count on it. What I need to do is probably start putting that more in the Discord. I probably should just be doing that more in the Discord. So I do apologise for disappointing. Simon says, any chance Liv Morgan wins the Royal Rumble and faces Becky at WrestleMania 38? Very slim. I'd say about 100 to 1 at best. Very unlikely. Sean says, was it true that WWE was paying for Moxley's rehab? Jon Moxley and the WWE have never said anything like that. The only sources on that information are unreliable ones. And Brandon says, Pat getting on his chair behind the Usos. The man just wants to support. Alright? The man just wants to support. We're getting a recap of Charlotte and Naomi from last week. I'd imagine this is leading into our Naomi and Sonya Deville segment. This is going to be a long recap. Just a long recap. This does mean, by the way, that we're getting at least 3 women's segments this week, because we've got Lita, who I believe will be stepping up to Charlotte, probably in the draw segment at the middle of the night. And we do have a match between Aliyah and Natalya planned. I think Aliyah may be the one eliminating Charlotte from the Royal Rumble, personally. Megan says, Woods showed up on the G4 stream with one of those kneeling scooter things with a unicorn head on it. It looks amazing. See, that's a unicorn hunter I can get behind, rather than them getting behind me. A lot of you won't get that, and the ones that do get that have learned something about me there. Sonya Deville does not look comfortable. She looks like she's fretting. Naomi keeps saying, I'm going to get you, I'm not going to let it slide, and then walking away. Why does she keep doing this? Punch her in the face. When I've got a suit on, has changed to when I have this jacket on. That may come into play later. God, Sonya Deville's good. Main character vibes. That's not something I would expect to hear in a wrestling show. Get fined. Punch her in the face. Punch her in the face. Why is it cold in there? Why is that a thing that they're doing? Simon says, do you like watching GCW? I've not actually watched much GCW. It's a work in progress. I don't have a lot of time to watch wrestling, unfortunately. Next up, Sami Zayn will be hosting Johnny Knoxville in the celebrity segment. They are they're stacking their drawers for this one. Also, Jesus Christ, Sami Zayn's hair just keeps getting longer. Insane. Wow. KJ says, if Banks and Bayley are both out the Rumble, who wins? Bianca again? Number of different possibilities. Alexa is still definitely one of them. Sasha Banks and Bayley were the favourites. Alexa Bliss was third. We'll see how it plays out. Bianca seems too obvious, but with your favourites out injured, it may be that. Connor says, I know your address. I can confirm it to your boss if you want, as I live in your cupboard. Well, that would be handy. Would be, if they would actually do it. Seriously, just to be clear, there is a genuine concern that I'm not going to get these promotions. like many promotions because of this. I would still have a good income, but my enjoyment of the job would take a pretty serious hit. And I may then start doing this a bit more full time. I made decent money last year. And of course with the plan at the moment to boost the YouTube, that would mean income without you guys spending money on me. So that would be very, very beneficial to me. And very, very beneficial to you guys, hopefully, as well. Because I'm not the most comfortable with people like subscribing and spending money and stuff. Like, we had a hype train earlier, and I'm so grateful for that. When it comes to the YouTube, we do have the possibility of earning money without spending money. So that's what I'm considering. That's why I'm pushing it at the moment. Sean is saying, Sonya in the Rumble match, please. I would love it as well. We need it. Also, they don't have that many women. They do kind of need it. When is the Royal Rumble? It is 2 weeks away. So it is the 28th, I believe. Is it 28th? It's on a Saturday. It's the 29th, which is a Saturday. So I'll definitely be hosting a watch party for it. Brandon is saying, Austin Theory to do well in the Rumble. It depends what you mean by do well. There are usually only 5 or 6 people who actually do well in a Rumble. There's a lot of people who eliminate maybe one person, and a lot of people who never eliminate anyone. They come in, they hit a few moves, they punch a few people, they do that thing where they hold someone on the ropes for a bit, and then they get thrown out after like 10 minutes. That's fairly standard. Is that well? Is that doing well? How would you define doing well? Megan is saying, why can't Naomi just join the bloodline and get Sonya fired or something? I'm not sure, but here's the thing. The bloodline seems like it's kind of falling apart right now. No Paul Heyman, of course. Roman and the Usos are splintered. They are not coming down to the ring together. So, what's going on there? Simon is asking, when is the Punk and MJF match finally happening? The next pay-per-view, I believe. They're building it nicely, I feel. A lot of people are very excited for it. Welcome, Robs. How you doing, mate? And a fist bump to you too. You can have a fist anytime you like. I will fist you till the end of time. Welcome to the show, mate. Megan says, I honestly want this done with Sonya and Naomi. It's gone on for too long for no reason. I agree. This has been going on for about 6 months. And has any progress actually happened? Have we had any storyline progression? Any character progression? Has anything actually happened? I don't think it has. Yeah, Connor, it's a pain. I'm hopeful it'll all work out. Like I say, the money on offer is pretty damn good. And they've handpicked me for the job after only 6 months in my current position for 2.5 promotions. One's temporary, to like 2.5. So they want me. They just apparently don't want me enough to accept that I know where I live. We'll see how it goes. It's always good to have an extra iron in the fire. And of course, here is my extra iron in the fire. KJ says, I keep saying it, but I'm still 100% sure Banks shows up and wins the Rumble. I believe she'll probably show up. I don't necessarily think she'll be winning. But hey, if Bayley's not, then you might as well have Sasha win. Chelsea says, what surprises are rumoured for the Rumble? I think the biggest surprise rumoured for the Royal Rumble, Chelsea, is Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho. We are getting a Shield recap. Quite a lot of Dean Ambrose in this. They are not hiding him. They are not hiding him at all. To be clear, this is the hype package from Battleground 2016 with a different audio track on it. That was a lot of Dean Ambrose. I respect that. I respect that they didn't shy away. Justin says Sonya's going to make Naomi #1 in the Rumble. I think that's probably going to be the case, yeah. It makes sense from a storyline standpoint, even if the storyline itself doesn't make that much sense. Connor says, is there a chance Vince will be in the Rumble to eliminate Theory to show him he is not ready? Not as an active participant, but I think a lot of people would enjoy that. Like, I can't not smile on it. Oh, no. I've just worked it out. Austin Theory at WrestleMania versus Shane McMahon for Daddy's Love. Tell me I'm wrong. Please. Please tell me I'm wrong, because I'm not. Brandon says making it to the last 3-4 people, perhaps. I mean, hopefully. It'd be nice to see, but we can't guarantee it at this point. Sean says, surprised that WWE didn't edit out Moxley. Yeah, they went for it. They really did. Pratik, welcome to the show. Says Ronda Rousey's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble. That would certainly be a surprise. Simon is saying apparently Ring of Honor is back in April with Supercard of Honor. Yeah, Ring of Honor actually didn't shut down. A lot of people got worried that they were. They just ended the contracts of everyone who worked for the company. So now they don't have to pay him as much. Yep, Chelsea, one of the biggest suggestions for surprises. Chris Jericho is one of the biggest rumoured. Mickey James being in the Women's Rumble, that's an interesting one. Megan says, I have two worlds seeing the Shield together. Emotional damage. Someone's been on TikTok a little too much. Can I just say, that's all I've fucking seen for days on TikTok. And I only go on once every like 4 or 5 days. Simon, no, Moxley is very unlikely to appear in the Royal Rumble. Though it would be fun. It would be fun. Connor agrees. Bailey says, is Sammy heading for some sort of hair versus hair match with Johnny Knoxville? Oh no. Oh no, this is bad. That is a very happy crowd. This is bad. Megan, you can't always be cursing my cherry coke. At the minute, I'm drinking red wine. Admittedly, it's red wine lemonade because I'm soft, but still. Brandon says, do you think we'll see Moose versus Reigns at some point? Moose is desperately trying to make that happen. No, I don't think we'll see that. Chelsea says, is Chris Jericho's contract ended or something? Why would he join? He would not join. He would make a one-off special appearance. That would be the situation. He would make a Royal Rumble appearance, would not feature beyond that. That's the rumours, as it were. Megan says, I won't ask where everyone stands on the war between the Council and the Rogues. Don't. It's very personal. This... I don't... I think the best way to describe it is just, I don't. Ugh. What are we gonna do? So someone's gonna get very, very hurt. I think that's clear at this point. Someone is getting very, very hurt. Everything's better than the Lashley sister segment. It's not really fair to say that. Everything's better. Just doing a refresh before the stunt. Don't want to miss it. Yeah, this is going great, isn't it? Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Sean says, Nikki Bella commented about her and Brie being announced for the Rumble. She wished they would have kept it a secret. They believe they have bigger surprises. Simon, that's very much rumoured. Haven't heard anything from Road Dogg or Billy Gunn yet. Just basically everyone's saying, oh, well, Road Dogg got fired. Now he needs to do this. That's not the case. KJ says this is dangerous. Is it? Is it? It's Sami Zayn in a basket just refusing to do stuff. Not really that dangerous, is it? Also, one of the people pushing him is 100% corpsing. Just 100% corpsing. Chelsea says, what's the point in that? WWE don't want to acknowledge AEW, don't they? They had Chris Jericho on the Stone Cold podcast, showed the championship. We keep hearing that. We haven't seen evidence of it. Boss Pedal Welcome says I went on Twitter. Lita and Bob Mortimer were trending. Had to check what year it was. A very good one. Sean just says terrible segment, and yeah, absolutely. Justin says all the bliss, this is your life. Yeah, which even Vince McMahon said was crap. Oh, hey, Boogs. Where did he come from? Has he had a haircut? Ah! It's the massively injured Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah, isn't he injured? Did Boogs use Ryan Satin to get one over on Sami Zayn? Because I think he did. I think he did. High quality toss there. X marks the spot. Well done, Boogs. Sammy was ready to roll if need be, but he got him there. Megan says, I kind of wish they hadn't done the big announcement with the Women's Rumble. Spoiled so much of it for no real reason. They're going to have someone major to make up for it now. They're going to have to. They try and tone down certain surprises if basically they're not happy with their planned result. But this is everything they've got. This is a Royal Rumble. You got to deliver. You've got to deliver. If you're currently watching on YouTube, please do remember that you can click that little thumbs up. It makes a really big difference to the growth of the channel and basically guarantees me more people in here watching, chatting, and having a whale of a time. So please do remember you can click that little thumbs up. It makes a big difference. Let's see what we've got. Brandon says, damn, Boogs is looking ripped. He looks bigger every week. He really does. And Megan says, thank the gods for Nakamura and Boogs right now. They were saved. They saved the segment. Boss Pedal says it's Shinsuke knackered Mora. Is he knackered? He seems fine to me. Seems fine to me. From Simon, do you think Khan finally cuts down the AEW roster? Far too bloated right now. It's actively happening, Simon. It is actively happening. Is Natalya seriously carrying around a book of Guinness World Records? That's not good. That is not good. Megan says, hopefully this will also mean no happy talk pish this week. I need you to have less faith in the WWE. There is still time for Lita, Charlotte, Baron Corbin, Roman Reigns and Seth, Aliyah versus Natalya. There's still time. This sounds like it's going to be one of those shows that just flies. Just real fast paced. This thing. We're 45 minutes in and so far it's been okay, but that last segment was painful. Here comes Aliyah, who I genuinely thought we'd never see her wrestle. It may just be because they now no longer have Toni Storm, but she's getting opportunities. Tommy welcome says, I'm happy to, Lita. Oh, well done. And he wants the Shield back. I think we all want the Shield back. Particularly with Moxley rather than Ambrose. Sean says, Moxley, the Shield, Lita, Bayley and Ricochet are trending right now. Ooh. Megan says, imagine the pops Lita, some of the Bellas, Michelle and especially Mickey would have got. Wrestling Twitter would have gone officially insane. Yep, absolutely. WWE seem to be taking the AEW school for right now, where it's spoil your surprises so that people tune in. They do seem to be panicking a little bit with this pay-per-view. Sorry, this premium live event. They just seem to be throwing everything at it and hoping it sticks. I need new glasses. I've got a line on my nose now. My entire nose is so much redder. I need new glasses. I can afford new glasses. Why don't I just get new glasses? I can go tomorrow. I need to work this stuff out. KJ says 11 men in Rumble so far, plus Moss and Corbin 13. Don't forget Finn Balor, who definitely is doing nothing else right now. Brandon says, are Riddle and Randy splitting up now they've lost the titles? I think we're definitely a lot closer to that happening now that the championships have gone. Bailey says, what's cringier, Natalya with the book or Carmella with the mask? The mask. The mask is horrific. I'm not comfortable with it. Connor says, the most faith I will ever have in WWE is zero faith. And yet you still watch, mate. You still watch and you seem to be enjoying it sometimes. The Rumble will be fun. Rumble's always good. The one thing I will always have faith in, Rumble is always good. KJ says, Summer wouldn't get a pop. Also, it'll be more surprising didn't 2 more names still get spoiled. Summer would definitely have gotten a pop, just to be clear there. As regards 2 more names getting spoiled, that's not by the WWE. We can't blame the WWE if they don't spoil names. Also, I believe it was PW Insider reporting that Melina, as one of the names, would be in the Royal Rumble. Late 2020, PW Insider also reported Melina had signed a new contract with the WWE and would return on Raw that week. She didn't. She went live on her Facebook and said, yeah, this is bullshit, and hasn't appeared since. So I don't 100% trust PW Insider, just to be clear. This is, of course, about a month after I was told, you're a liar, and nothing you say is true, because I made a report stating there's been a discussion about NXT UK shutting down. And everyone thought what I said was, NXT UK is shutting down now. I got called a liar because people can't read, and yet Peter Insider says this, and they're still trading. Wow. Justin says, and I agree, SmackDown has really went downhill over the last few months. It has. Losing Seth and Edge has really made an impact on it. Simon is asking, where's Xia Li gone? I have no idea. No idea. She turned up, she had an appearance and then a match, and she vanished. That's all it was. I miss her. KJ says the show is missing Hardy, Tony, and Hit Row. Those released, yes, but you also got to remember McIntyre, Sasha Banks, people who've been injured. Xavier Woods at the moment. Not Nakamura. He seemed to be fine. Sean says hopefully they keep Trisha's secret. Hopefully they keep some secrets. Brandon says, Tom, please just give me a little hope that Jeff Hardy will be brought back for the Rumble. You know what? Jeff Hardy might well come back for the Rumble. There's your false hope. Connor says, I always enjoy a Rumble. Me too. It's one thing I'm always excited for. I'm always looking forward to. The Rumble never disappoints. And now we get 2. It's even better. God damn it, Natalia. Like, I know you're a heel and I'm supposed to be annoyed by this, but you're almost too good at it. You're almost far too good at it. Bailey says, one name that definitely won't be in the Rumble, Sunny. Yeah. There's a lot that we could say about that. And honestly, given the choice, nah. It's not worth it. Nah. If that becomes a character arc and Natalia's like, I will get a quick win, I will get a quick win, I will get a quick win, I could actually see it getting over. I remember Kurt Hawkins getting free tacos over. Good times. Fair enough, Con. Brandon says 2019 Rumble was the best. Brock's dominance, MVP and Edge returning, Drew eliminating Brock and then going on to win. 2020 Royal Rumble. Brock appeared in the 2020 Royal Rumble. The 2019 Royal Rumble, I believe, was won by Seth Rollins. But I believe, I was actually thinking about this earlier. I think at this point, the 2019 Royal Rumble has overtaken SummerSlam 1998 as my favourite pay-per-view. 2019 is the one that featured... Oh, Aliyah botched that. 2019 is the one that started with Becky Lynch versus Asuka. It featured Sasha Banks versus Ronda Rousey. Becky, of course, won the Royal Rumble. We had AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. We had Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar, and then Seth Rollins won in the main event. It was a great pay-per-view. No worries, Brandon. Megan says 19 out of 30 women have been confirmed so far. That's not a lot of room left for surprises. Yet there'll still be a couple more names from NXT and the like. I would expect 4 more surprises at most. NXT I don't feel will be really surprises. KJ says WWE can't control Drew, Banks, Bayley and Woods. They can't. They very much can't. Sounds like the ref is going to end the match. Aliyah just got beat. No, Aliyah, you got up too quick there. She's picking a choice here. She's not multitasking. She's not selling and complaining. She needs to sell and complain. Not one. Sell. You can't just hold your stomach and act like that's enough. That was dumb. That was dumb. Okay, so that was supposed to get Aliyah into the Guinness Book of World Records, was it? Multitask. I just saw Shotzi in the crowd. Wow. Sell. Oh. Well, that happened. Simon is saying Tori in the Rumble, his childhood crush. Well, I'm sure she'll be there. I don't think it'll be based on the crush, but she'll be there. Brandon is saying they should have kept Natalya and Tamina together. I agree. They would have at least had a tag team for the tag division. Could have used it. KJ says it's going to be a quick loss, and he was right. Robs is saying Xia Li broke off onto another, branched off to another part of the multiverse for now. Xia Li, the Protector, is protecting a different universe. Why is it so cold? Why is this a storyline? Is there a character that we know who likes the cold? Is it Charlotte? Someone is there who likes the cold. Don't understand. Sean says, do you think anyone will beat Stone Cold's Rumble victories? No, and I don't think anyone should. I don't agree with multiple Rumble wins, particularly 3. Especially when one of those wins for Steve Austin was not really a win because he was eliminated and he came back in. Not happy with it. Bailey says, I'm hard-pressed to remember 2 dumber back-to-back segments than this. Don't challenge us. I'm sure we can find something. That was late WCW era dumb. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Moxie says, hi Tom, welcome Moxie. Brandon says, SmackDown has gone poop lately apart from Roman and Brock stuff. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Not great. We're missing Bianca Belair and Sasha. We're missing Seth and Edge. SmackDown was amazing before the draft. Amazing. KJ says, was that not obvious after Natalya said she was going to get a new record? Yeah, pretty obvious. But sometimes I don't want it to happen. But it does. But I don't want it to. Jonathan Gilchrist, welcome to the show. Says, just woke up from my joyous and drunken slumber. Gutted to see McIntyre will be out for a few weeks. He will, and he's not the only one. SmackDown struck by a few injuries. So Nakamura is back now. So that's good news. Boss Pedal says, the cold. Clearly it's Arnold Schwarzenegger returning to WWE, but it's Mr. Freeze declaring for the Rumble. Do you remember that? What destroyed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. I don't think so. But bless him, he tried. Yes, Moxie, I did a shave. So, you know that you guys know that I'm dating someone new, and she has 2 daughters. I bought them a board game called Unstable Unicorns. One child likes unicorns and sparkly things. One child likes darkness and murder. It works out pretty well because you're murdering unicorns. Where am I going with this? I was making a pun about Mr. Freeze. Completely lost track of what I was doing. No, Moxie, the beard. One of the unicorns that you can play is a basic unicorn. And it just says underneath, but beards are like so hot. For some reason, the entire family find this hilarious. I don't know why, but they do. So I've shaved the beard kind of with that in mind. Megan says, on the active main roster, only Alexa, Becky, Beth, Bianca, Piper, Liv, Maurice and Zaya aren't in the Rumble. That makes 8 out of that planned 11. Wouldn't be surprised if we got some women in 2 matches. I think Piper and Becky will stay separate. I don't think we'll have any more women's matches, although Beth and Maurice are going to be in double duty as well. So we've got plenty of NXT women who could get called up. Io Shirai, Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and more. I nearly say Candice LeRae and then remembered she was pregnant. I do agree with Brandon here, KJ. Since the draft, SmackDown has been notably worse, even before they started losing people. Connor says, you know what makes things cold? Death. Who's Mr. Death? The Undertaker. Please don't do this. Please don't do this to me. Please don't. Megan says, potential hot take. I don't hate the Batman and Robin movie. Please don't do this to me. Please don't. Brandon says, one child likes murder. Where is this going, Tom? Probably to my grave, as it were, to be fair. We're getting another bit of Shield support. More Dean Ambrose. There is so much Dean. In fact, you never got enough Dean. It's a breakup. Evolution perishes, he said. And then Evolution walk out completely fine. I say Evolution. There's no Batista. I always like how they turn up the crowd noise. Suggestion seemed to be pretty clear that Ambrose was going to be the one turning. Megan says, I kind of want to see Indy and Dexter in the Rumble. Would be cool. Just to take that storyline to the Rumble, even briefly, and just see how the crowd react would be interesting. Rob says, winter is coming. It's Sting! No. No. Brandon says, Dean Ambrose return confirmed. Said no one ever. Yeah, there ain't ever going to be another Dean Ambrose. He'll be Moxley or Death now. Michael, it's a draw segment and Michael Cole is introducing Lita. I'm confident we're going to see Charlotte in this draw segment as well. Boss Pedal says, I hope the cold is the hint. The forbidden door to WWE is open wider. And the Rumble sees AEW's top star, the Iceman, Dean Malenko, make an appearance. Why do you keep going on about Dean Malenko? It's so baffling to me that you've zeroed in on that name. And we have Alita with a heavily censored theme. In what I'm guessing is just a warm-up for the Rumble. She's here. She looks great. She looks different. She looks very different. But she looks great. Connor says, or it could be Kane making it cold so he can heat it up. Gotta preserve that body somehow. Megan says, if only there was a way for Seth to get the half blonde back. I want it. I miss it. I really enjoyed that. Becky would definitely set him up. Sean says, so a tweet from a friend of mine that said, Dave Meltzer said Toni Storm seemingly quit WWE, didn't physically ask for her release. He also said Toni left because she has burnout, essentially. If she left and didn't ask for her release, she didn't quit. She got fired. If you walk out, you don't get to say, I quit, without saying, I quit. They fire you. Sean says, Adam Cole for the Rumble. To be fair, he didn't burn any bridges. The WWE would likely be open to that. I just don't think he would. Oh, Oh, Chili McFreeze. I forgot about that. About Ice Dagger. Fang McFrost. Yeah, Brandon. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Charlotte Flair in a moment. I don't think Lita's going to get much actually said. To be fair, she was never the strongest speaker. I would like to see Glacier Megan. It's been a long time. First mention of Trish Stratus. Bestie is a stretch. You weren't supposed to be involved in TLC matches, you just decided to. A good thing she's on SmackDown and not Raw. I'm not going to say anything else. Just that it's a good thing she's on SmackDown and not Raw. Lita, you've already been in the Women's Royal Rumble. I think twice. You've been in the Women's Royal Rumble several times. I don't think you have a run left in you. I really don't. I've seen her do those moonsaults. She's going to break her neck. Has it been once? I know she was in the first one. You're not main eventing WrestleMania. Buzz Pedal says Kevin Nash is in good shape. He'd probably do the Rumble if asked. 100k per move. To be fair, you don't only get that much because you pay him 100k and then his knees would immediately give out. Oh, of course it's Steve Austin. Stone Cold, Connor. Stone Cold. If it's once, it's once. You guys know I don't keep the most track of these things. KJ says, does anyone know why Sonya and Adam keep talking about it being cold in the room will lead to someone? That's what we're talking about. I have no idea what's going on. No idea. Are there any women who like it cold? Who could be added to the Royal Rumble? Charlotte Flair has arrived and... damn. The woman exudes power. Just the first one. Thank you, Megan. Fair Boss Pedal, Lady Frost from Impact. This is going to end up leading absolutely nowhere, isn't it? Like, absolutely nowhere. Lita's just smiling at Charlotte. She's just enjoying the interruption. So this is how we're building the Royal Rumble. Charlotte Flair being in it means she's just lining up against everyone. I like it. I like it. I like it warm, Megan. Not too warm, but warm. Sean says, I think Alexa will announce herself for the Rumble during one of the taped segments. We'll see about that. I know that they've all been taped already, so it's possible. You know how in the build to Survivor Series Charlotte Flair just stopped giving a shit? I really liked that. She just takes the piss out of everyone and it's great. Megan says Charlotte looks like she's about to compete in figure skating, so maybe the cold is for her. The Ice Queen. It works. It works. Why is it in and around Sonya Deville though? Interesting. Maybe it is Bliss. I don't see that one, Connor. I think it's just that her hair is up. That's all you're seeing. We're having some interesting suggestions now. You've always known Charlotte. You literally handed her the Women's Championship when it first became the Women's Championship again. Full ballerina stuff. Is that seriously the... Jesus Christ, Lita. Why are you chanting that? What? you remember how Uh-Oh got over? Genuinely starting to think they're just really dumb audiences. Charlotte had to boost your chant. Ugh. Here we are mentioning Trish again. Brandon says Charlotte is a massive troll. She is. I like it. And Megan says there are people paid to write this pish and I'm sitting here unemployed. Indeed. We've now mentioned Trish being retired. Trish coming back. Oh god. This is a bad segment. No, you don't get to twist a fit. Oh no. Get your own move. Even the moonsault comes from S.A. Rios. Just get any of your own wrestling moves. No, she can't pull off a miracle. Ugh. KJ says Tom must not watch AEW. They chant everything. I don't watch much AEW. I do watch some, but not much. Okay, so not much good so far. It's been a decidedly average SmackDown. Oh, we have a sighting of Ricochet. Okay, so here's the thing. Cesaro a couple of weeks ago was helping out Ricochet against Sheamus and Ridge Holland. Now he's in a tag team with Mansoor. The man journeys. Oh, we're going to get to see the broken face again. Oh. Credit to Ridge Holland not lashing out there. Just literally gets booted in the face. And we have a backstage Sheamus to hype up the Rumble. Oh, we got Sheamus Ricochet. Cool. This won't go long. Sean says, did everyone see John Cena's comment about AEW? No. But I'm sure it was a standard John Cena. My company's good. Great. Well done. Nobody cares. John Cena, he gets very excited by very small things. Outcast? Human pinball machine, that's a new one on me. Decent promo from Sheamus. Sets out the stakes, sets out why this is happening pretty nicely. Also it's Sheamus, so by and large, usually doing good stuff. Sheamus is supposed to be a pretty important cog in this SmackDown system. Unfortunately, he's been very much bombing around in the mid-card. If you can even call it mid-card. I don't think you can really call Ricochet mid-card, unfortunately. Boss Pedal says maybe they're hiding Xia Li for the men's rumble. Sheamus sees her come into the ring and eliminates himself to escape another one of her workouts. She's intense. Ain't no debating it. She's intense. We have ourselves a commercial break. I'm going to take a quick break myself. Just go to my break screen. I'll be back very shortly. Going to pop to the bathroom. Going to get myself a drink. And I'm going to catch up with you guys in about 2 minutes when the show returns. I'll see you very shortly. See you soon. Okay, so immediate question. When did they change Ricochet's theme? Because Ricochet's theme was a banger. Ricochet's theme was incredible. What the hell is this? It was so good. I just remember the and that just stuck. And now we've got this standard generic bullshit. What the hell? Brandon says Sheamus long overdue for a babyface run. Should have turned face after the Drew feud. I think the momentum was there. They just didn't capitalize on it. Sean says John Cena said he doesn't watch AEW, but competition is a good thing and it brings out the best in us. I don't think he watches much WWE, to be honest. Guy's a busy man. Simon is saying, Meltzer said my favourite wrestler Cole would feud with Hangman for the world title. Instead we get Archer versus Hangman. Cheers, Dave. Still time, mate. Still time. Connor says, I still don't know how I feel about Aliyah breaking The Rock's record for quickest win. That was held for a long time. That win over Eric Rowan. And I don't think anyone else is going to overtake, because let's face it, you can't really go much better than Aliyah's just gone. There's no room for it. There's no possibility of it. Megan agrees, says, oh good God. No. They changed Ricochet's music and now it's terrible. It's the same thing that they did to Rollins and Bayley and to a certain degree Roman. It's just not good. We have 45 minutes left of SmackDown tonight. We are rapidly entering our final third. We know that we're going to have Roman and Seth. I'm not sure what else is booked for tonight. I'm confident we're going to have at least another wrestling match, but who's left to actually wrestle? They haven't got that many people anymore. Oh, thank you, Connor. Yes. I remember Big Boss Man. Big Boss Man walked in, waving his nightstick. Deadly Game, 1998, and then just gets rolled up and that's that. And everyone was like, oh, the Boss Man got embarrassed. Turns out it was Corporation. I genuinely didn't see that coming. I did not see that heel turn coming. Merchandising idea for WWE from Kuro saying Sheamus light bulbs, headlights, nightlights. The guy can glow. That's all I'm saying. He needs to do a program with Naomi just because they both have the glow. He feels the glow. He is the glow. Gonna go in a weird direction now. Simon is saying, do you think it will ruin Britt Cole by pairing them together on screen on Dynamite the other day? No. That doesn't need to be their sole character traits. That's the big difference there. I remember when Becky and Seth were paired up and their entire personalities were couple. They're not going to do that with AEW at the minute. Connor says, I want a timer on both of these matches, see if she actually broke the record, because it has to be close. Because both are just roll-ups. They are, but I think they intentionally rung the bell at an exact time. And I would like to see the timer because, let's be honest, they planned that amount of time. Brandon says they used nearly everyone on the SmackDown roster just in that tag team match. I have just remembered what's going to happen. Baron Corbin. We haven't seen Corbin and Moss yet. They'll probably get that for a while. And then we'll get Seth and Roman. Who else have we actually got? Like, genuinely, who else have we actually got? Because I don't think there's many. Guru says, I jumped from a 15-story tower today, attached with decelerator as part of a stunt training class. Have fun. I hope you had a great time. Someone is asking, any news on Gargano yet? Not as of yet. Still under offers. Still making a decision. May have signed by now. I haven't had an update in a couple of days. Brandon is saying Seth and Roman to save SmackDown tonight. Yeah, I do think they're needed for it. Sean says, was that list about the top merch sellers accurate? It had Stone Cold as a top seller. Alexa was third above Roman. No, it wasn't. The list was not accurate. I always find it funny how you end up with random merchandise lists and everyone's like, oh, this has happened, this has happened. The only reliable data will come from WWE, and even then, that's not that reliable, because they will intentionally say whoever they're pushing is the top. They don't release those statistics just for the hell of it. The only reliable data when it comes to merch sales will come from the WWE. Boss Pedal says Johnny Gargano seems to be having a lot of fun on Twitch. He does, and that's why he's definitely not going back to WWE. Because you can't have fun on Twitch and be a part of the WWE, because WWE say nah. They probably should consider not doing that. Would be a big boost for them to just not, you know? Just don't. Just don't. Shouldn't be that hard, but we are where we are. I've caught a couple of Johnny Gargano's Twitch streams. They're fun. They're very similar to the Chuck streams. Just classic Twitch streams with someone famous. It's fun in its own way. Sean says, I'm surprised Dakota Kai got a Twitch back just because she's still in NXT. That's all it is. If she'd gone main roster, no chance. Connor says, if WWE allowed Twitch, they might still have Gargano and Cole, I should say. I don't believe that's a might. I believe that is a would. Simon is saying Roderick Strong to join the era at AEW soon. Pretty much as soon as he has the opportunity, he'll be on his way. I remember saying a long time ago, as soon as Jeff Hardy leaves WWE, he'll be straight into AEW with his brother. It'll happen. Brandon says, I reckon Paige will show up at the Rumble. That would certainly be a big surprise, and it is rumoured. Paige has spoken to the WWE, made it clear that she wants to wrestle or she wants to leave so that she can wrestle. So if she stays with the company, she'll be wrestling. Bailey says, what is Dakota's future? It can't be NXT at this point. It really can't. NXT 2.0 will not allow people to stay that long. I think essentially she's just winding down a contract at this point. I think she's calling their bluff. Nice from Ricochet. Acai moonsault onto someone strung over the ropes. Nice. I always find it interesting when they give you the ticker on the bottom about WWE Live. It's the easiest way to know that they are not selling tickets. I'm thinking there has to be another match. But what would that match be? Corbin against someone? Well, McIntyre's not there. That's the feud they've got going. They don't want to interrupt it. Rich Holland's out. They can't have any more women's matches unless it's Naomi versus Shayna. We haven't seen Shayna in ages. This roster is in trouble. Like, serious trouble. Like, we knew that things weren't good, but this is a very small roster. They need some call-up and they need it now. KJ is suggesting a match with Kofi. That could work. Kofi Kingston interrupts Corbin and Moss. Gets beaten up by Moss. Then pinned him. And then leaves. I can see it. It's a good spot, KJ. Sean is saying hopefully Dakota in the Rumble. I hope so. She's one of those that I feel would be an absolute shoe-in. She's been in a Rumble before. KJ is saying SmackDown sells tickets. Always showed that since 2011 when I started watching. They do. How many kicks are you going to do, mate? Oh, they're trying to break Sheamus' nose again. That is a nice powerbomb. Gotta give him credit for it. Connor says, I can't believe Corey has been cleared apparently. Yep, he's been cleared for a while. By all sounds of it. The storylines he's been pitched are just that bad that he doesn't really want to jump in. But the thing is, there is a reason that news was leaked. There is a reason. And it's certainly piqued the WWE's interest. And with the amount of coverage that Corey Graves has gotten from the leaking of this information. Simon is saying, EO is doing nothing, call her up. I think that needs to happen eventually. I don't know why they haven't called her up already, to be honest. They've had nothing for her for a long time. Fans are getting really quite into this match. Hey Dara, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. That's a brogue, and that'll be that. Good match. Sheamus seems to have enjoyed it. Brandon says, I was worried for SmackDown after the draft happened. They did come out the losers in the end. The first night, they looked like they did by far the best. And now here we are. Justin says, Sheamus is so underrated. Agree. I think in the last year, the renaissance of Sheamus has been really quite a joy to see. They are treating him like a proper legacy figure. An impending Hall of Famer. He's picking up wins and wins and wins as well. If he does go face, Roman might well be in trouble. We're getting a recap of Aliyah and Natalya. Someone 7, welcome to the show, mate, says, will Drew be in the Rumble? Possibly. Can't guarantee it. Connor is suggesting Corey in the Rumble. I think that's a possibility. Certainly with when the information was leaked. Ideal time. KJ saying Sheamus has been pushed since coming over. What's it going to lead to? Has he been pushed? Because currently he's working against lower carders. I wouldn't really call it a push. It's been featured, sure. Sean says, did everyone see the pictures on Twitter about the arena where Dynamite was and it was empty? I saw some video footage of that. They are confirming the fastest victory. That is something that happens, to be fair. When it comes to... Not every arena is going to sell out. It's not going to happen. Okay, so Adam Pearce was rubbing his hands together like he was cold, but he's taking his top off. Okay, now it's hot. Right, so he's going to check on maintenance. Sonya's got to take her jacket off. She changed from suit to jacket. She has to take her jacket off because she's too hot. I told you he'd come back. That's the deal you made. Immediately jumps for the coat. Make the match. I like Naomi's outfit. I like how it's like the double fit. It's really quite swish. Dara says, I'm fine. Do believe Corey will be in the Rumble. I agree. I think now's the time to make it happen. Capitalise on all the attention that they got from the news. Okay, so we've got Naomi Charlotte next week. And Sonya Deville gets no comeuppance again. Kofi. Good spot, KJ. Megan says Graves versus McAfee for custody of Michael Cole. Ooh. Don't tempt him, because they will. And to be fair, those are two very good combinations. I really liked Cole and Graves. I really liked... I should say, Cole and McAfee. Kofi versus Madcap Moss. Yep. Should have seen that one coming. The roster is so thin we can predict the matches. So that would be telling. Justin says Sheamus versus Nakamura for the IC title. I don't think Nakamura's going to have the IC title long enough for Sheamus to get his hands on him. Brandon says Reigns and Sheamus already had a pretty good feud too in 2015, so I'd be down for that. I do remember that, the TLC match and the like. Brandon says if this leads nowhere like typical WWE, I'll cry. Just, be sure to hydrate before things get worse, because it's WWE and we know it's going nowhere. We all know this is going nowhere. We all know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, Sean says Naomi beats Charlotte next week, and that's Charlotte's feud until Sasha comes back. Could do. Certainly could do. Leading into the Royal Rumble. But I think at this point, Charlotte and Naomi is not about Charlotte. It's all about Naomi. Brandon says, is Sonya in the Rumble? I don't think it's been announced, but I'm confident she will be stepping into those ropes. Bailey says, maybe this is some sort of dumb gimmick where Sonya carries a coat around and changes into it every time Naomi comes after her. Very possibly, but honestly, she always wears a suit, and I don't want her to not wear a suit. I like it when she wears a suit. I feel comforted when she wears a suit. I feel happy. So I'd like it to continue. The roster really is suffering, KJ, isn't it? Connor says, all this talk of temperature is just for Sonya to take her jacket off. That's boring. I'm glad I caught onto that just before it happened on screen. Clever. How did Naomi break a thermostat? How did she break the heating in the building? Megan says, I love Kofi, but I don't want this. I want Hobo Corbin and Moss to never talk again. That all sounds great. I miss Corbin when he was just battered and bedraggled. Those were the days. Boss Pedal is saying, Sonya taking a jacket off to put a new crazy one in. Sonya in jacket time confirmed. Not a reference I get, but I'll still read it. Brandon says, isn't Sonya supposed to be a badass, yet she runs from Naomi all the time and has to get Shayna as backup? She is a badass, and that's the thing I don't like. Eventually, I hope she cracks and just goes to war, because it's time. It's time. Connor says Naomi used the glow to break it. Last glow I saw was still very much Sheamus. He's glowing. He's got that wonderful pregnancy glow. Ugh. I need to say less things. Megan says Mustafa Ali was a hacker for months. Anything is possible. He was, and then they just forgot about it. And then he was like, yeah, it was me. I'm yet to know why the hacker exposed the rift between Sonya and Mandy. That's what caused the breakup of their tag team. Nobody ever asked why. Sonya is UFC, yes, Simon. Ooh, he does not look fun in Nebraska today. I feel bad for that cameraman. Brandon also misses Sad Corbin. More Shield. They are hyping the hell out of this. It's only another 10-15 minutes. The heist of the century. There's a reason I've been mentioning the Shield. This time, of course, featuring Brock. Still the best cash-in there's ever been. Seth stole his way into the WrestleMania main event. And pinned Reigns rather than Lesnar, keeping Lesnar protected. Good stuff. Just solid stuff. Megan says, I also want the writers, Moss and Corbin, to issue an apology to the people of Scotland, or just me personally, for that garbage last week. They didn't so much go too far as they saw the line when they'd already gone past it for miles. And then it's saying Sheamus is pregnant, confirmed. He's got that glow. He's got that glow. Sean says, here's a fun fact for everyone. Roman has never beaten Seth when a title was on the line. I like the rock, paper, scissors element of the Shield. Dean Ambrose always had Seth's number. Seth always had Roman's number. Roman always had Dean's number. It was rock, paper, scissors, and I liked it. It wasn't hard and fast. It wasn't solid. It wasn't firm. It wasn't carved in stone. But it was, as a general rule. We are declaring the injury to Xavier Woods. Might be why they lost the championship so quickly. Confirmed Xavier Woods will be missing the Royal Rumble. Unhappy crowd. Megan says to think this only came about because Roman got COVID. Yeah, no, that's fair. Changed everything, didn't it? Simon wants to talk Liv Morgan, says every time Liv is in the ring, she gets better. Every time adds to a moveset, she's been training with Natalya at her version of the Heart Dungeon in Florida. Natalya's been working with a lot of people. Natalya's basically the head trainer at this point. And I like that. She's very valuable to the WWE as a whole. Brandon says, then Brock came back the night after on Raw looking to murder Seth. The good times. And good times were had by all. When I first came back to wrestling, the main event of the first pay-per-view I watched was Seth Rollins taking on Brock Lesnar, back-flipping out of German suplexes. Magnificent. KJ says this would have been Hardy's show unless he had gotten hurt. Yeah, this would have been Jeff Hardy. It would have been Jeff Hardy, Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. Ah yes, Connor. There is always the rubbing. Everyone is always rubbing. There is rub in every direction. Boss Pedal says, speaking of rock, paper, scissors, my favourite small wrestling promotion end shows are a rock, paper, scissors tournament with everyone who was on the card. Interesting. That sounds different. I'll take it. KJ suggesting call-ups for LA Knight and Ciampa. Is Ciampa not the one who said, if I get called up, I'll retire? And Simon says, who replaces Graves on commentary now? Not necessarily anyone. I don't think they necessarily need three-person teams. But I think Graves would probably wrestle and commentate. It's certainly a possibility. Brandon is inviting everyone to feel the rub. I can feel the rub. I can feel the rub. We're getting into the rub. We're getting another recap of the injury to Drew McIntyre. I know they're trying to make sure we don't forget about him, but we weren't forgetting about him. We remember Drew McIntyre. We know he's there. It's okay. You can let it go. Oh God, no. Oh, Moss. Why do all their heels go so far down the drain? I don't like this from Kofi either. This is people desperately trying to manufacture tension. Literally, as I say tension, so does he. KJ says, Ciampa said that, but recently he said he'd be willing to go up. Okay, things do change, to be fair. Simon says, do we have way too many factions or is it just me? Disagree on that one. I like a few factions. And honestly, this is more a tag team. Oh, where Brandon? Wasn't aware it was this week. I know last week he was in the dark match on SmackDown. Ciampa getting teased. He's definitely not going to be doing anything on NXT. They don't want him there at this point. Megan says, I think Graves is too valuable to them in the Raw commentary team to let him not do it anymore. Remember when they had him working both shows at one point? He is considered at this point their number 2 commentator after Michael Cole. More valuable than McAfee, more valuable than Jimmy Smith to them. Bailey says Graves needs to stay on the announcer's table, otherwise someone will call Jerry Lawler to fill in and he'll say something awkward. Something? He'll say everything awkward. Every single possible awkward thing that he can think of will come flying out of Jerry Lawler's mouth because, my God, that man. But fair, Bailey. Sean says Drew McIntyre versus Anakin Skywalker battle to prove who is the true chosen one. To be fair, that would also need to include Roman Reigns. He was the chosen one. Ciampa dyed his beard. I mean, just be great. Just be great. Is this from the same school of thought of, oh, a woman's got a boob job? She's clearly getting a main roster call-up. But with Ciampa, he's not getting a boob job, he's getting a beard transplant. Not buying that, but still thinking the call-up probably is coming. Kind of suggesting JBL will come back. Well, I'd imagine Cultaholic would be very happy about that. I still fondly remember the WTF moments when they're just saying, calling out JBL as a bully while wearing a t-shirt dedicated to bullying JBL. Yes, Connor, that one. Brandon says, did they just give Ciampa the title as a placeholder while they built someone up for it? Yeah. Yeah, he got the championship so he could put over Braun Breaker. That was always a plan. Always a plan. Boss Pedal, I don't want to say that, but I get why you're suggesting that I do. There's so many different ways you can describe it, but yeah. He got a beard job. Brandon says, what's wrong with Lawler? The sexism, the racism, general level of dickheadedry. Basically, Jerry Lawler is the problem with Jerry Lawler. And Simon is saying, do we get the commentaries in the Rumble again, like Rumble in 2014? Commentators. Possibly. I think we'll get Corey Graves involved. I don't think we'll get anyone else. Although I would like it if Pat McAfee jumped in. Pat McAfee could be interesting. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes people overthink things. Just throw Pat McAfee in and just be like, can you just try and wrestle? I mean, if it doesn't work, just keep trying. Just keep trying, innit? Just get in and see how it works out. It'll be great. It'll be great. It won't be great. It'll be awful. But, you know, it'll be great. Connor says, I want Adam Pearce in the Rumble. To be fair, I want Sonya Deville. So if we're going to get Sonya Deville, I'd like Adam Pearce as well. You might as well. If you're going to do one, you might as well do the other. Adam Pearce can deliver as well. Guy's still buff. Guy can still move. Oh, that is a lovely fall-away slam. I like that they've changed his suspenders a little bit by crossing them on the back so they don't constantly fall on his face. Clever. Hello, Northern Bear. How the devil are you? How's the bet? Saying Sonya eliminated by Naomi would be a great moment. It feels like they've been building to it for a long time. I would at this point, it's been built up so much that the only way Naomi can ever feel like she's got actual revenge is to leave Sonya in a bloody pulp mess on the floor. That's the only way I can feel in any way even. Larry is saying when they start NXT Saudi, Lawler is the man for it. He really is. Like, nail on the head there. They'll love him over there. Love him. Kofi and Riddick Moss is being wrestled at a very fast pace. Like, they're trying to get all of their stuff in very quickly. That sort of suggests that they're trying to wrap it up quickly so that we can get to the entrances for Seth and Roman. Simon is saying, your boy Jay White is going to Impact with a Bullet Club. Yeah. Or Jay White is always a good thing. Sean says, I've been a fan of Sonya since she came up. I saw the potential immediately and said she is going to be a star. Same. She carries it. You can see. It's one of those impossible to avoid. You have to work hard to not see it. Moss versus Boogs is going to happen soon, like properly. And it's just going to be two buff guys being buff. Connor says, Adam Pearce standing in the ring. Everyone is down. Number 27 is going to come out and then it goes 3, 2, 1. Boom! And there he is. Brock Lesnar to destroy Adam's trousers again. That looks like a great story to me. Moss has beaten Kofi Kingston clean. Not even a single eye gouge. Justin, I have not seen. I'm not sure what there is to see. Boss Pedal says, did you get to see any of New Japan vs. Noah? It's up on New Japan World and Wrestle Universe now. I did not. I watched Wrestle Kingdom, but I left it there. I had to leave it there. Oh, so much time in the day. Megan is saying no. As I imagine a lot of New Day fans are right now just going no. Or in Brandon's preference, damn. Also fat. Connor says Brock Lesnar, ex-beast, now the trouser destroyer. He will come and destroy your trousers. I hope not. Right, so apparently the report is that Lita was in talks with AEW for one more run. Right. So the suggestion is that WWE is just keeping hold of her now. Let her have the run. It won't be great. It will not be great. To be fair, there were reports for a long time about Edge going for one more run in AEW, and then he got one more run in WWE. I feel that a lot of people are being cleared for action because of getting options because they're getting options elsewhere. Okay, Seth's jacket is glorious. Megan, I'm with you. We may have to organise some sort of share for the jacket. He needs to unbutton it though, because if your arms are out there, you don't button your jacket. That's not what you do. Brandon says Seth and Roman really needs to be good to make up for this show. Yep. Straight into a commercial break. This should be the last commercial break. Boss Pedal says if AEW got Lita and Jeff at the same time, that would have been fun for a run against all their big tag teams. Not quite where I was going. Lita's one of those, she could very much benefit when it comes to training. But ultimately, I don't think she'd have any benefit to the actual wrestling. I don't see it. Connor says, this does not surprise me to be fair. WWE are like that child in nursery when they don't want to play with a toy anymore, so stop playing with it, then see someone else go to play with it, and then like, hey, I was not finished with it yet. Oh, I hate that. It's a perfect analogy, Connor. You've nailed it, but still. That said, is that not also true of AEW? They seem to be picking up a lot of the WWE legends, some of which can't go anymore. Lita cannot go anymore. She can't. I've seen the moonsault. She always breaks her neck every single time. I don't believe it. Simon is saying Mickey will be using her Impact hardcore country theme. I've been waiting to hear that in WWE for such a long time. Hardcore country is what she should have had her entire time in WWE. Yeah, that is not happening, Boss Pedal. That is absolutely not happening. I don't think Matt Hardy will be that happy to see Lita. Certainly his wife will not be. And drama will build. Just like it's done elsewhere. CM Punk and Lita also, I believe, had a relationship briefly. KJ says, why don't AEW build any of their own women instead of waiting for WWE to let a name go? It's Britt Baker, Jade's cool, and that's it. Well, they've been trying to build some of their women, but unfortunately, I just don't think the training's that good for the women in AEW. The matches aren't great. They're not. Now, admittedly, they've built a lot on ex-WWE talent, but WWE were hoarding talent. If you're hiring people, chances are they're ex-WWE. I don't really blame them for that. They've done well with Ruby Soho. They've done well with Tay Conti. They've done well with the people that they have. It's just a case of making them into stars. They failed. It's been terrible. They have not made any female stars beyond Britt Baker, and star is debatable for Britt Baker. Sean says, did you agree with Jade Cargill winning the TBS title over Ruby? I do. I think Ruby's one of those, she will be long term. She will like more in a Natalia capacity. I don't think she's going to have many championship reigns, but I think she's going to really improve the quality of the division. Jade Cargill is one of those who can be a very good champion, can take it forwards, make something of it, and then hand it off to someone who needs a build. After all, it is a mid-card title, and I think Ruby's... I don't see Ruby as mid-card personally. I know that WWE did. It looks like AEW might be doing. But I don't personally see Ruby as mid-card. Let's not put her in a box, you know? Like in Soho. Boss Pedal says it's a shame because the likes of Ryo, Hikaru Shida, Emi Sakura are all far, far better than they've been able to show in AEW. And that is also a fair comment because AEW does not deliver a large quantity of women's wrestling. They don't. You can't make stars if they're never on TV. We know people there have got talent, but if you've been given 2 or 3 minute matches with people who don't really know your style, what can you actually do? Larry says, I'm surprised Mickie James agreed to return to the WWE. The bastards cut the buttons off all her clothes, judging by her outfits on Impact. We have a championship contenders match, Naomi and Charlotte Flair, next week on Smackdown. I mean, it's Friday. I do believe Charlotte will be putting Naomi out of her misery, as it were. Or maybe Naomi will win, and she'll do that next week. Who knows? Connor says, people who are anti-WWE seem to complain they only sign ex-WWE stars, then also moan when they sign indie stars like Brody King by saying, who are AEW signing? No names, what a bad company. Like they can't win. Yeah, if you're an WWE militant, you're going to hate everything anyone else does. If you're an AEW militant, you're going to hate everything anyone else does. The problem is the militancy. The problem is the extremism. Let's be intelligent. Let's look at it analytically on both sides. Let's watch what we enjoy. I haven't watched a lot of AEW. I look forward to watching more of it. Can't right now because I don't have the time. It's a UK thing, unfortunately. Roman has returned to carrying the championship over his shoulder. It looks strange without Heyman or the Usos. It's strange seeing Roman on his own. Sean says AEW doesn't have a training facility which would help. It would definitely help. The ability to be constantly training. The 4 horsewomen in WWE are constantly at the training facility, just getting better and better and better. And of course helping other people. Megan says, I have to disagree. Britt, Jade, Nyla, Layla, Anna, Jay, Ryo, Shida and Jamie all have star power, but I guess it's all a matter of perspective. I agree that many of them have star power, but if you're building a star, there has to be some crossover potential. We're obviously banding this back. I'm in no way saying you're wrong, just to be clear on that one. Happy to have this debate. My belief is that when you're talking about stars that outgrow AEW, that are big enough to be a reason to tune in, Britt Baker is the only one on the female side. I think she's the only one with drawing potential to AEW, whereas the rest you would only see because you're already watching AEW. Simon is saying Charlie Haas is back wrestling full-time in Impact. I'd rather see Damian Haas wrestle, but you get what you get. I got you, Connor. If you're anti one company, get a fucking life. I get why you might hate WWE based on, for example, Saudi Arabia. But if you just hate the company because it's not the company you watch, get a life. Ooh, Larry says I see Rampages on ITV4 on a Tuesday night now. I did not know that. I have to check that out. Keep it positive, KJ. Don't be laughing at people for having different opinions. Sean says I'd like to see Anna Jay in WWE. I think she would be great in WWE. Not sure myself, haven't seen enough of her. I think there's a lot of people in AEW right now that people would be excited to see get their current booking in a different company. That's not going to happen. Anna Jay would come in underneath Aliyah. I'm waiting for the electricity. There is some electricity. There's a Roman chant. The issue we've got here is that we've got 2 heels in the ring. So you're going to choose a side. And they've chosen Roman. And he's drinking it in, man. He has been acknowledged. Ah, yeah, of course, AEW have the Nightmare Factory. I forgot about that. Another Roman chant. Seth embracing it briefly. Megan says, an outfit I would totally wear. Seth's jacket with a white boot-lined shirt. Regular jeans and boots. Teasing the Shield fisting. Oh. Oh. That's a line from Roman. That is a line from Roman. The Shield is beneath him now. Seth is on fire right now. He is supercharged by this moment. He is enjoying this. KJ saying, imagine if Wild Thing played and Mox came out. It's not going to happen. But wouldn't it be great if it did? Billy says the college football playoff game where Sasha Banks opened on Monday was seen by 22 million fans. That's a crossover. Yeah, but not everyone can be Sasha Banks, let's be fair. That is definitely a crossover star, but that's a really high level crossover star. AEW, you've got to remember, still building, still starting. Britt Baker's doing well, I feel, but Britt Baker is the only one in my eyes. Connor says, fisting is beneath Roman, but smashing is not. Interesting. Roman talking to the crowd. Pat McAfee, stop laughing at Seth. Oh. I mean, he's right. And for him to say that, that's interesting. He's in God mode now. The crowd are fully behind Roman. No lies detected. I may have just rubbed Roman's face a little bit. A lot of respect right now. A lot of respect. Simon is saying, Becky keeps rocking the Elton John glasses all the time now. So she should. She's big time. I look forward to hearing her call herself the man for the rest of the week as well. Larry says on Impact last night, 6 security guards ran out to hold old man Charlie Haas back from attacking Josh Alexander. But when Ring of Honor invaded, security guards were nowhere to be seen. I like the realism in Impact. Pick the easy target. That's exactly what real security guards would do. I like that. I like that. Roman shook by a CFL line. No direct mention of Dean. Definitely an opportunity to do so there. Seth's making an enemy that he can't match up to here. That's not true. Lies detected on Seth's side. Brandon is saying, I can see Seth receiving a Superman punch here. I could see that too. Roman could very quickly drop that title and be in action mode. Is there KJ? Talking star power now. I swear Roman watches this show. Becky and Roman, by the way, very close friends. Like, he alluded to it and then he just outright said it. God damn it, Roman. Good dodge by Seth. Looks like they're playing Seth as a good guy here. He's dodging the Usos. Lines up against Roman again. And dodges out of harm's way. Well played. Good escape, as it were. KJ says, Seth needs help. Where's AOP and Murphy? That would have been good. Would have been real handy. Where's Austin Theory? Megan says, I love the Becky burn because you know she's going to run with it now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She ain't letting that one drop. And Brandon says, Seth ain't going to take down Roman and the Usos by himself. KJ suggesting Seth, KO, and... I would have said Samoa Joe, but here we are. That has been Smackdown. I have been Tom Colohue. We are going to wrap up here. I have noticed already that we did drop a couple of subscribers from earlier on today, which is a little disappointing, but it is what it is. We have gone back down to 8:13, meaning that when we stream on Sunday night, we will be trying once again to reach that 8:15 and go from there. But in the meantime, what I am going to be saying is a big thank you to everyone who joined us over our 2 shows today. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I know quite a lot of you will be moving on to Rampage at this point. So I hope you all have a great show. Hope you've all enjoyed the show today. And I'll see you Sunday night probably for another Sunday night show on YouTube. I've been Tom Colohue. You've been fantastic. And I'll see you all very soon.